What you just heard was the 528 Hz, aka C note, also known as the alpha, calming frequency. Hi, welcome to this presentation of Mindful Sound. This quick video is for those who are more academically inclined. Here, I'd like to talk to you today about the science of sound, how to use sound mindfully, and a live sound bath disclaimers should you ever attend one. Online, you're pretty safe. So let's jump right into the science of sound. There are many articles from peer-reviewed journals about mindfulness and how it potentially assists with stress. Here are a few I've located, and like any good academic, their complete citations are in the reference section at the end of the presentation, if you'd like to read more about them. Without diving deep into them, here's a quick overview. The first references a mindfulness study that measured cortisol levels before and after attending mindfulness sessions. Cortisol, as you probably already know, is a steroid hormone often known as the stress hormone produced by the adrenal glands. Between the control group, which did not receive the mindfulness program, and the one that did, the cortisol production was lower overall in the mindfulness group. The second article used sound mindfulness program as a meat to treat tinnitus patients. While tinnitus is associated with old age and hearing loss, it also plays a role with stress and migraines. In the study, a single tone was playing to tinnitus patients for a period of time, and some showed a recovery of gating function of the thalamus, diminishing the ringing volume that they normally experienced. It's a nice way of saying of getting the ringing out of the ears. In this last study, it also uses sound therapy, but looked at cortisol production. It found that a steady sound level can assist in stable production of cortisol neurons, thus not increasing stress levels. This left the listener in a more relaxed state after their experience. The Oxford English Dictionary defines mindfulness as a mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment. What exactly does this mean? How does one focus their awareness? The answer is simple, by giving themselves a reference point. For example, if you spin yourself in circles when you stop, it's sometimes difficult to stand and see straight. However, if you focus on one point with each turn, you're not dizzy when you stop. Mindfulness is selecting that something to focus on for reference for a period of time. In our case, it's going to be sound. I've also cited a wonderful TED Talk here about how to tap into your awareness. Its full citation is also at the end of the presentation. So now that you have some literature about its potential benefits and what mindfulness is, let's get started. If you've meditated before, these are just guidelines on the process. It's best to know that these steps are helpful, especially when you know you're going to experience stress. But for the most effective use, it's better to practice these techniques in times when you're not stressed. Like any training, it will become second nature. So when you experience stress, it will not take as much time for you to find your calm when meditating. First, select an object that's going to provide your sound. It can be singing bowls, the music you're listening to, the tapping of your foot on the ground, the sound of the rain outside. Second, get into an ergonomic position. You can be lying down, you can be sitting up straight, spine tall in your desk. The choice is yours. Then close your eyes. Third, start your sound. Fourth, here's where the mindfulness is put into practice. Just remember, mindfulness is finding that reference point. And in this case, it's your chosen sound. Nothing else exists except your sound. Fifth, if you're using something like singing bowls where the tone needs to be reinitiated, continue activating that sound as needed to help maintain your concentration. If you have not experienced before, a sound bath is a meditative experience where those attending are bathed in sound waves. Now, it's debated the effectiveness of sound baths, but in a literature review, it showed a potential to help with anxiety, depression, and improve quality of sleep, depending on when the practice is exercised during a person's day. I thought this might be helpful if you attend a sound bath in person. Online, you're pretty safe, but just in case, keep these things in mind and remember you are the best judge of yourself. Uh, as a precaution, it's not recommended that you take part in a live sound bath session in the following circumstances. If you are within the first 3 months of pregnancy, if you have epilepsy or experience seizures of any kind, if you have any unmanaged mental health issues such as PTSD, personality disorder, ongoing schizophrenia, generalized stress or anxiety or depression, these don't exclude you from attending. So if you have GAD, you're good. If you are fitted with a pacemaker or have a heart condition, if you're intoxicated or under the influence of alcohol or recreational drugs. Now, in the following circumstances, please speak to your sound guru before taking part. If you have any metal implants or have any recent surgery, broken bones, or other major physical injuries, a lot of this is due to the fact that the sound of the bowls physically can resonate with the metal and it can actually cause a lot of discomfort. If you suffer from any past or suffer from tinnitus, even though we know that they could possibly help it, or any other condition which could be triggered by sound, like migraines. And if you are currently or have previously attended counseling or psychotherapy sessions, remember you are the best judge of yourself and know your limits. There are some free sound baths online via YouTube, and I thought I'd throw in a couple of the references here. I do recommend the Soul Resonance and also Healing Vibrations. Thank you very much for watching, and good luck. Namaste.